This video is all about removing the cabin headliner so you can go through and insulate it, and it's going to be a little bit more of a detailed video. And so if you guys want to see this done from A to Z without making any mistakes, make sure you guys stick around. I'm going to point out some things in this video that are not oftentimes talked about, but you're definitely going to appreciate. In this video, we're going to be removing the Sprinter headliner in the cab area, and I do this because I need to insulate the area back here and solid den, and I'm going to add some accessories, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we got a 2019 Plus Sprinter, and I'm going to show you guys how to remove the cabin headliner here and how to do this safely. So to go ahead and get this started, what you want to do is remove the little cover that was here using one of these plastic clip removers, and it's very easy. Just work your way around and it comes up. There's a T25 underneath here, and then going forward there's going to be a T30, a T30, T30, and T30, and these two screws are not the same size as these, so don't mix them up. And you can tell because the ones that go on the very bottom of the visor have thread lock on there, and the other two that go on the side here don't have the thread locker on here, and they're longer. And I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and quickly do this. I did pop off the airbag cover, and I'll do this on video for you guys as well right now. Okay, so we're on the other side. I'm going to go and break this loose. I'm going to break that loose down here. And it's a little dark in there. These are longer. Now to get to access to the bolt that holds the A-pillar cover in place, you want to come with the pry bar tool like this, and then just work your way around nice and slow. And there's the bolt right there. And the bolt is going to be a T30. Just take your time. This will get damaged very easily. Now underneath, we can go ahead and flip down the visor. We're going to have to undo this T30, and there's one underneath here. This has a sliding cover. I'll show you guys how to do that. So go ahead and break these loose, and just make sure when you're tightening these, tighten these by hand because they will break. Their plastic. You're reassembling everything. Again, the screws that go and hold the visor from the bottom have thread locker on there. Now go ahead and flip the visor up, and you want to get this cover off because we need access to the screw, and to get access we're going to have to move the visor forward. So take your pry bar tool and pull towards the back of the van, and this will happen. It'll flip on you. Now go ahead and lower down the visor and slide it sideways just like that. Get the visor out of here by pushing it back, okay? And this is why I left this screw in place, so that way all the weight is not absorbed by this particular screw. And now that we have access to that screw right there, that T30, we're gonna go and back it up. That is out of there. Okay, and it's in my hand. I caught something. Okay, now we are gonna go lift and back this out. If you notice, there's a hook in the front. I'm gonna go carefully put that down. Now let's jump into the A-pillar, and don't worry, I'll show you guys too in action so you guys just don't hear me talking the whole entire time. So here's the A-pillar. It's been removed, and it's held in by that orange clip, that clip right there, and most of the time this gets stuck in the vehicle, and it'll be in this hole right here, so you'll have to remove it. And then that screw up top, there's going to be a line-up pin right there, and this material is very soft. So in order to get this off smoothly without breaking it, you want to get yourself a long flat tip screwdriver like this, as we're going to go ahead and work it in and pop the clip, and then just leverage a long screwdriver like this. Now let me show you guys this in action. Okay, so go ahead and open the door, and at the top, reach in, and you need to go ahead and make sure that you do not damage the trim rubber seal here. So work your way in, and now we're going to go ahead and work this out and up because it's locked into the very bottom here. So Be very, very careful. Don't over leverage anything. And you are working with the airbag right there, so take your time. Get yourself access on the inner lip here. And you'll notice that that clip just came undone. But there's one more clip. So keep working your way down. And I'm trying to go ahead and line myself up near this pin. So I'll use these grids right here, or the side if I can get into it, and give it a little outward bend. Now you want to go ahead and pull up. Okay, that one came out better. The pin stayed inside, and so did the clip. If this clip stays inside the vehicle, make sure you reattach it, and the way you do that is a pry bar tool like this, and just be quick about your actions and just give it a quick jerk and cover it, because it'll hit you in the eye. Ask me how I know. Okay, now I'm gonna go put this down, and we're gonna move on to this right here. We're gonna need to drop this. So let me show you guys what you'll need here. You want to get yourself 2 flat tip screwdrivers, something that has a smaller tip like this, and we are gonna go and lower this down. So the way this is held in place. Okay, there's something I forgot to mention in this video, and I do a good job of it on the other video, so you guys will find that link down below. But when you're removing the airbag here, you're gonna go take 2 screwdrivers and you put them into that silver area, and then you pull down on it. When you pull down on the flat tip screwdriver, it'll go ahead and move the clip out of the little holder, and then the airbag drops down. And the same thing happens when you're lifting it back up. When you push it up, it'll go around the little loop and the hook will catch. And you will see that it has a little play, right? And it just lowered down. So this one is out, and yours might not be dropping. And if yours doesn't drop, it's most likely because you have this B-pillar right here. Not all vans come with this. Mine comes with the half B-pillar cover, and I have a solution for that, and I'll show you guys in a future video. And it's already pre-made and goes right in, and I don't have to replace this whole thing. It's pretty cool. Really quick, this is the portion that was actually missing on my camper van, and this particular piece is made by RB Components, and it's a wraparound, and it comes already covered in fabric, or you can cover it yourself. I did it myself, as it's really easy. And in case you have a half B pillar that's not completely wrapped, this will solve your problem. So to go ahead and get this off, we're going to remove this. Let me show you guys what that entails. Alright, so this involves removing the 17mm bolt that holds the seat belt in place. And again, you're going to need to use some sort of power tool, as it's in there pretty tight. So make sure you get it in tight too when you're done. And now I start at the very top and I slowly work it out. So some of these clips are going to be hard to start, and what I use is a long screwdriver like this, but you don't want to damage your van. So I put a glove or a piece of cloth and I slide it in there and give it a quick jerk, and then I work my way down to every other clip. So there's 2 in the middle right here and 2 more down here, and then the panel will go ahead and lift out. You do not need to completely remove this panel. Of course, we have that T25 in the corner here. So let me go ahead and show you guys on this side really quick. Glove to protect my paint. So the very first clip I went ahead and pulled out. Now on the second clip, I'm going to push in towards the window. And there's just one more clip left. And by the way, I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, giving you guys the exact directions and not just rushing you guys through it so you don't damage your Sprinter. So if you guys are liking this kind of content, give the video a thumbs up. If there's something on this video that I did not mention, as is possible, there's a lot to cover. I have a previous video on my other 170 Sprinter, which I'll leave down below, so you guys can see the headliner and the shelf area in case yours comes with the OEM headliner. And if you watch both videos, I'm sure I'm going to cover about 99% of it. And before I started this van, I actually referenced my old video, because once you damage something, you're not going to be able to put it back together. This van is put together in such a way you cannot use force. Everything's very technical, and knowing exactly what to do, when to do it, and how much force to use is key. So take your time, guys, and I'm here for you guys. If there's any questions that come up, please comment down below. And if you're doing this as you're watching the video, comment down below and let me know what are some of your struggles. All right, let's get back to it. So this is completely loose now. I'm going to be able to go ahead and lower that airbag and drop that down. I just have to do the same on the other side, and then we'll start pulling this out and I'll show you guys how to remove those clips. Now for the next part, we're going to be disconnecting some sensitive electronics up there, and every van is different. Mine has some more advanced features like the digital rear view mirror, and I don't want to cause more issues with this. Here's what I'm going to do to be extra safe. If you look right here where the brake and gas pedal are, there's a little cover, and this cover can be removed. As you notice, it's held on by two clips right here. So go ahead and take your time, use both hands, remove this cover. And inside here, there's a red top. I'm touching it right there. And you push that in, and you push down on it, and then you want to back it up. And instantly, when you do that, the van loses all power. Voila. So now, we can go ahead and take this back out and not worry about throwing some sort of codes or any other issues you may run into. This is the same thing you want to do when you're installing swivel seats. So I got these swivels for about $100. So check out the video down below if you guys want to save yourself a whole bunch of money on getting cool swivel seats that actually work. So let's jump back into the headliner. Okay, so the next part entails removing and undoing the clips that actually hold this in place. So in order to do this, you're going to want to get yourself a metal pry bar tool like this and a screwdriver with a longer or bigger tip. And you just need to be patient, and all you do is go and work your way around, and this will get done. So this is going to be right here, and I'm going to push up on it, and then it will give me a little bit of room. Then I'm going to push into it a little bit more and then do it again. So this is the last clip. And again, these normally don't break if you take your time. I have removed probably 40 of them from interiors. And if they do get stuck, you can go ahead and use this. And if you don't have this, take a flat tip screwdriver and you can actually just hit it out of place. I have that covered on the other video. So you guys will find those links. Again, push up on it. It gives you a little room. Push into it again. There you go. Now this is loose. Sweet. Now let's go ahead and deal with the front area here so we can get this out. So I hope you guys are okay with this view. Sorry that I don't open up the back door, but it is super windy outside today, guys, in Texas. And remember, we have wires in the front here that we need to address. I'm trying to go ahead and keep this all in one piece, but I need to lower this down. So get your B pillars out of the way. Scoot them back a little bit. And it'll drop. So it's not a horrible idea to get a helper. So it was held in by two clips. There was a blue one and a bigger white one right here. So these are the two clips. Let me go put this down. All right, so let me show you guys this. So here's the two wiring harnesses that were holding it in place, and here's the other one. But yours might have more or less, just depends on your system. And now we can go ahead and add the sound deadening and the insulation. On the headliner, these are the two front clips that hold it in place. One's here, one is here. And before you add the sound deadening and the installation, go ahead and just get everything nice and tight. And I don't know who's building these new Mercedes-Benzes, but they're awful quality as far as the build. I found so much junk in this car that never belonged in a brand new vehicle. So get this wire holder somewhere snug. Same with this one. I checked everywhere. They were never connected. They're supposed to be connected. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump back into the headliner here. All right, so we got the whole posse here, the three amigos, and we're about to put this back in. It's the next day. They just came back from school. We're gonna go ahead and slide this back. I've done some alterations on mine. I've run Ethernet, HDMI, USB-C, power cable, and a 12-volt cable to my headliner. So if you're gonna do it, this is probably the time to go ahead and do it. And I'll leave you guys a video down below of me doing it, so you guys can see what's incorporated into it, to give you guys some ideas and see which kind of connectors I used. Now, let's go ahead and do this. So the little one's gonna be in the front. He's gonna handle the two connections, which are gonna be the blue and white clips. I'm gonna go ahead and be on the left-hand side in case I need to tuck these wires in, as there's quite a few wires, and I've gone through and put everything in this nice cord, so it is not gonna go and chafe off. And I'll show you guys some other things in the wiring video that I did to protect the wires. Now we are gonna go and just take our time and put this in place. Okay, now we want to go right above the airbag. You see the white, where the white thing is? But we don't want to jam into it, okay? So you want to pay attention. Cyrus, you got my side because I'm trying to help out Z. Okay, now help out Z on his side. Z, Sean, don't worry about it. 1 second. Sorry, Z, come up here, hold this. And now go ahead and lock everything in place, bro. So normally this is pretty easy. We just go ahead and clip it into place. Because I have all those wires, I have to take my time and make sure that I feed everything down slowly and smoothly, not to catch any ledges. And most importantly, you want to go ahead and get the two clips in the front. Right here is one clip. There's another one right there that was attached to the headliner. And just take your time. Now, you got to be a little bit delicate to get these airbags back in place. So the front is clipped in. I've run all the wires carefully. As you guys can see, take your time. That took about 20 minutes. It involves two people. One person's got to feed, and everything has to be protected. All right, now to get this back in here, we're gonna go and from the bottom, we're gonna sleeve this on to the headliner. And be careful. You can see whoever did this originally, they went ahead and already scuffed this up. So I need to be very careful. You want to catch this inner lip, and if anything protrudes out, use the trim tool to get the carpet in. And now I'm going to get this pushed up. Make sure all these blocks, everything else is in place. There's a block here. And there's a block behind the headliner on this side. Make sure that's all clipped in, and we're gonna push up. And you can hear that it's snapped into place. So one thing you want to watch out for as you're doing the airbag trick here and putting that in place, make sure that this little piece of foam is here. And mine was actually missing, as the headliner actually rests on it on the side, and you don't want it to rattle. Let me show you guys the OEM one. It's a gray little piece right there where my finger's pointing to. Make sure that is there. If you can see, the headliner rests on it, and it keeps it from rattling. Same thing here on the driver's side. Just take your time, and you want to push in, get past the little hooks here. So just double verify everything. And now we can go ahead and proceed to put the A-pillars back on. Now, with the airbags in, I'm going to go and put in at least two clips Okay, so now this is secure. I'm gonna go work on the front end now. We're gonna reattach the A pillars. Okay, make sure you got the orange clip and the metal clip in place. Once you get the bottom seated here, you're gonna come in from the top and push down. And then there's a clip here. Both clips are in. Get the trim piece to go over the airbags again. Do that all the way down. And now we are gonna go and tighten up that T30 there. All right, you wanna show them how it's done?
First, you have to take your time on this. If you once you clip it, it's gonna be hard to take it off. So it's not pretty. So just put it right here. And careful that you'll have a screw right here, so you might have to make the hole for the fabric bigger. And then see. And careful with the airbag clip. That's one part that you do not want to mess with.
Line it up at the bottom. Push it back. Okay, get around the trim. Now you want to give it a gentle tap right here.
Careful, these screws are a bit small. Just careful. Remember, careful of the clip. Now the fabric may interrupt your process because you might get confused if it's tight or loose. Just push it as hard as you can until it passes the fabric. And then the clip is easy to put on. You just put it like that. And I just got it on.
And then the top part. Okay. Voila.
That's how you do it.
So we got the driver's side visor in. I have just left this screw back here out because I am putting in a shelf. And there's some pretty cool shelves that are inexpensive. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave you guys a link to that video. Zishan's going to show us how to put the visor in. And you could do this with just one person if you do it the right way. And the next thing to do is to go and put in the inner screw so you can free up your hands. You want to make sure that there's no gap when you're doing this. So go ahead and push it up. Tighten up this one screw. Don't go too tight on this yet. Okay, next thing you want to do is grab the bolt that has the thread lock. This is the shorter one. And go into the visor on the inner side and tighten that up.
So we've got this in. It wasn't that hard to do. It's just that the hole wasn't in line with the surface.
So yeah, make sure there's no gap up here. If you're seeing any sort of light, it means you need to go ahead and push it forward. Go ahead and tighten that up. Okay, now the visor shade is going to be attached.
First, the clip right here, you have to make sure it's at an angle. Then
you push it forward. And then once you push it forward, there's a little ridge you have to overcome with your thumb. Push this back in here.
This visor will move, so careful. Otherwise, it's going to keep falling on you.
And then just go ahead and take your time and line up that screw. And you may have to jiggle a little bit to get that in. While Z's finishing this up, I'm going to show you how this clip comes in. Make sure you got the screw attached. Now I'm going to slide it in this position. And once I got it centered, use your thumb and push forward on it. And it snaps into place. So this is the power plug that I installed in the headliner area here. So if I ever need power up here, I already have it. As you guys notice, there's going to be USB-C, power cables, Ethernet, and other wires. And upgrades in the future are much easier when the work in the wire is already there and there's no need to actually rip anything apart going forward. I'll leave you guys a link to that video as well. So this is how it looks when it's all done, and it came out perfect. So let me show you guys this. So as you guys can see, I installed a shelf. It has a curtain here, a wraparound track, so I can quickly get privacy within seconds. And again, this was all made possible after I removed the factory headliner here and I installated it. So you'll find a video down below on the installation. I'll leave you guys a video for the install of this. And I'll also leave you guys the video of the complete van tour so you guys can tour the van in 3D. Oh, by the way, if I didn't mention it, I have a complete list of all the parts that I used in the van. You'll find that link down below. I even referenced the video where I used that part. And as always, guys, make it a great day. And thanks again.